Back with you at Melbourne Ballpark, top of the 4th inning with 2 gone in the Australian Baseball League All-Star Game presented by Boral, and a pitching change presented by Hertz as the left-hander Stephen Kent will come into the ball game to try to get Team Australia out of a jam here. Runners at first and third, 2 gone.
Well, you can see he's had 8 starts this year, 5-1 with a 2.70. He's been real dominating. 48 strikeouts to only 14 walks. He's been given the league fits all year, and good reward to see him persevering through. And you know, Deeble brought him in. A couple of reasons here to keep the runner at first base close with 2 strikes and try to get the hitting Vavra.
Stephen Kent, the lone member of the Canberra Cavalry, represented in this Australian Baseball League All-Star Game, as it turns out, because of the travel issues that Canberra was having, closures at the airport, the wild and wacky weather that's been happening in that part of the world the last couple of days. So maybe a lot on his shoulders to fly the cavalry flag, as again, he's the only guy that's going to represent the orange and black in the ABL All-Star Game for 2015. And you're right, he's been solid. Was 5-0 going into last weekend. The Blue Sox are able to knock him off in Sydney. But boy, when you're 5-1 with a 270, right at 50 innings pitched, he's been tough in these ABL hitters in 2015. Mark Wick will be the man that he faces, and the first offering to Wick is high for a ball. Deeble perhaps playing the odds here, putting Stephen Kent in. As Wick obviously much weaker against left-handed pitching.
Yeah, I said Vavra earlier. I didn't see Wick on deck there, but yeah, Wick struggles a little bit more against left-hand pitching, so it serves 2 purposes here. A good move, and also gives John a chance to see what Steve's like out of the bullpen.
A ball and a strike on Mark Wick. He struck out back in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1 tonight. And this one in the dirt. Good job by D. San Miguel to keep it in front. Now 2 balls and a strike. 265 the average for Mark Wick against left-handed pitching. He's a 306 hitter altogether. So 335 to 340 against right-handers. So Deeble certainly playing his odds here, putting in a lefty to face Mark Wick, and he flies this one to left field. Should be playable for Wade. He tracks it, and he makes the catch, bumping up against the wall in left field. So the move for John Deeble pays off. Stephen Chambers gets the out. Team is out for what will be his 2nd inning of work after taking over for Wayne Lundgren last inning, getting John Deeble and Team Australia out of a bit of a pickle. And he will be faced with the top of the Team World Order, Tanner Vavra, Kyle Petty, and Justin Williams. Also brings to an end perhaps the ABL season for Alex Baylog. And what else can we say about this guy? The 2nd-round pick, the Rockies prospect. He's certainly impressed throughout the year, and he impressed again tonight here in Melbourne. First offering in there for a called strike.
Yeah, he sure did. He's really performed well. Obviously, I think he's enjoyed his time here in Sydney. And, you know, we wish him the best moving forward. It's, as an opposition manager, I'm not sad to see him leaving, but as a league, we sure will miss him.
Tanner Vavra, the older of the 2 Vavra brothers, has been a bit of a thorn in the side for Team Australia tonight. A pair of base hits, a single, and he scored back in the 1st inning. Singleton was stranded in the 3rd. Seeing him for the 3rd time tonight. It's the next offering from Kent. Is strike 2. So yeah, Baylog finishes throwing 27 pitches. He strikes out a pair in his 2 full innings of work. He will undoubtedly be heading back to the States, and probably just a matter of days to actually get himself an off-season and prepare for the upcoming North American baseball season. As you see Tanner Vavra taking a called strike 3, and a pretty good delivery there from Steve Kent.
As you can see, Steve Kent using the fastball on the inside part of the plate. Really got good life on his fastball this year. I haven't seen the ball come out that good. Saw him at the airport this morning and was just chatting about it. He said he feels great, you know, so he's having a lot of success, and a lot of it's just coming off of that fastball.
Well, he certainly looked great, not only tonight, but throughout the season. Kyle Petty stands in. He takes a called strike on the inner edge. This guy, Kyle Petty, he's certainly one of the names that come to mind when you start to think about the Helms Award. Obviously, still plenty of rounds remaining in the ABL season. Round 9 coming up this weekend. Is this one taken for a ball to even the count at a ball and a strike? Dave Nielsen, you know a thing or two about the Helms Award, winning it back in 1987. What have you seen from Kyle Petty this year that makes you think he might be worthy of winning that award?
Well, we have a few rounds to go, but he's put himself in good position. I mean, you know, he just has a lot of good at-bats, and, you know, 11 home runs, 30 RBIs this early in the season. It's hitting .328 with 10 stolen bases. I don't know of any team that wouldn't like to have a right-hand hitter doing that sort of stuff. So,
yeah, you'd certainly have to put him in your picks for sure. He'll be on the list. But here he strikes out as Stephen Kent continues his hot streak. Is that ball tailing off the outer edge of the plate?
From the merch stand. And hey, while you're down the merch stand, check out some of our great merch offers we've got down there. Long sleeve shirts would be perfect on a chilly night such as last night. Maybe you'll get down there tonight, so get along now and get your long sleeve white merchandise.
So welcome back, everyone. John Schultz, right fielder, who, you know, just again, all of the ups and downs the week before, he took this magnificent sliding catch and basically saved the game for us. And then last night, he at 5-all, with runners on second and third with 2 out, he got another one of those. And he had to take it a little bit differently last night, slide in, and just came off the heel of the glove. He couldn't accept it. Kent misses out late.
Don't forget, folks, we'd love you to join us in the commentary team. Share your thoughts, your questions. Join us at #ABL Cavs Bite. We'll put the tweets up on the screen and give you a cheerio. Let us know where you're watching from, how you're enjoying the holiday season.
So Kent. Good swing by Schultz. Foul tip to the backstop. Put one line drive straight over the Piperlika Surveying Services sign out there at centre right field. Just tagged it. And it just smoked its way straight over the fence. It was a beautiful shot. He'd been threatening. He gets a chopper off the plate. Little Baltimore chopper, and nicely taken there by Pounds and over to Big Boss. 1 out.
Yeah, so that was, 1 from 5 last night, but the one he made count with that 1-run home run that broke a deadlock at the time. And yeah, if you include ties, the lead changed 8 times last night.
Yeah, it was a funny old game. It really was, and it's a fascinating, fantastic game that you can never count something out. It just sort of looked like it swung Adelaide's way late, and it just all of the pieces fell into place, and had the closer up, and he's ready to just knock it over, and then a blue or two and an opportunity taken by the cavalry. And that's, you know, sometimes why you top, and that's why you finish top, because you may not even be the best team rolling around, but you know how to capitalise on things, and you stay together and you stick with solid D. Kent, he gets Page swinging outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And you're right, those 2 fielding errors, those 2 plays were 3 Canberra runs.
Correct. Enough said. I've got to get over it, have a good night's sleep tonight, and get the Valium out and just relax a little bit. It's getting really hard and tight, and missing Welsh, who's on an overseas trip, and you think if he was at third base, and all of the ifs and the could-bes.
That's the issue with close games, 1,001 what-ifs.
Page swinging through a bit of high cheese, and first punch out for Kent.
And so Page, interesting to watch him through the night on a 4-game hitting streak at the moment. But someone who might just cheer you up, Andrew, is probably our #1 offensive player so far this season, He's played all 36 games. He hits 314, slugs 320. His ops, it's 1,001. Let's see if he can keep it over that 1,000 mark. It's Kyle Petty.
Yeah, it is big Kyle, and he's, gee, being a totally harsh critic, and you'd have to be, because he has been sensational. But they've just done a little bit of scouting, and as you would expect, with some solid coaching around the place, and just getting him out in front a little bit. He's been ripping the ball to left side of the diamond quite a bit. But when he stays on it and drives it up the middle, centre right, is when Kyle Petty's at his best, and then he'll pull a long ball left field. So no matter how good you are and what you're leading, you've always got something to work on in this game. It's such a unforgiving game. Only as good as your last at-bat, really. There he is, getting tied up a little bit and fights it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I mean, part of the issue is he's new to the Australian League, so what would the opposition coaches have on him? Maybe a little bit of scouting from the States, but not quite the vision regularly that they would have now after half a season. But it works in reverse, because Petty's probably had a chance to see what Steve Kent can deliver.
The old adages, and right onto the roof over there in the school or the church, is that good pitching will always beat good hitting. It's just a fact. So that's what, again, just thinking how tough it is as hitters. Needing a lot of understanding of the game and a lot of self-belief and just a great attitude, because you've got to keep bouncing. You can suck and have a really bad night. You've got to butter up again and go after it, rediscover that great swing that you know you've got.
It's a great thing about a 4-game series. You do get that chance. And even by Australian standards, when the series are around the weekends, you have a bad weekend. You've got, what, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you might be back into it on Thursday. But, yeah, Petty, the series they played up in Canberra, which the Cavalry won 3-1, was 4 from 15, had a hit every game.
There's a hit.
Kaboom!
Oh! Catch that, says Kyle as he strikes out and the Bite are retired. So you never miss a trick at the Adelaide Bite. And with a nice little loose wrist.
And not a drop of beer spilt.
Don't worry about that. We'll take a short break. See you back here soon.